Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Pokemon Black. I'm your host, the PokeGamer. In the last episode, we finished off Victory Road, made our way up here to the Pokemon League, and what we're going to be doing today is backtracking a little bit to Victory Road because there's obviously something that we can still do. In the last episode, I showed it to you guys. If you watched it thoroughly enough, you know that we came down in this area, used Strength, pushed a boulder, and found what is known as a Trial Chamber. So yeah, in here you can find Terrakion. Now the strategy I'm going to be using for catching Terrakion here is purely Whimsicott. Yeah, it's super effective against it, whatever, and oh no, you might kill it. I theorized a few things here and there, not to mention the fact that Terrakion is a legendary, so obviously its stats aren't completely terrible. Strategy here basically is the same with like any legendary: throw the quick ball. And then obviously inflict the status condition if possible, and then from there try to do as much damage as you can before catching it. So obviously the quick ball fails, and we decided to go for the stun spore here because that is our status move of choice. So while I was recording the actual gameplay, this is pretty hilarious, and you're going to see this for yourself, but I guess I should explain this. Instead of actually trying to go for the damage, I decided to go for the the dust ball, because the move of choice that I'm going to be using to inflict damage here is actually Giga Drain. But because he keeps getting fully paralyzed, I am not taking any damage, and I kind of want to take advantage of the fact that I'm taking damage. So like get some health back, and make him have to waste more PP trying to kill me, but he gets paralyzed again, so that's 3 turns in a row now. And I guess this is just free chuck balls all day every day type of thing. Of course it doesn't really help, so he kind of just keeps breaking out, and he gets fully paralyzed yet again. 4 turns of paralysis in a row. Isn't that ridiculous? I kind of couldn't help but laugh. He kept getting fully paralyzed, and still just managing to break out. He finally breaks through the paralysis, hits me with a Sacred Sword, which means time to go for that Giga Drain, get my health back to full, I believe I get, and then I bring him down pretty close to the red. Of course, unfortunately from here I can't really do any more damage to Terrakion, because anything that I do on my team will kill him. It includes Cobalion too. It's not just, it's not just everything that I have planned for my team, it also includes the fact that Cobalion's on my team and would kill it otherwise. So yeah, basically this is how Terrakion's about to meet his fate. He's just going to get balls thrown at his face, and he's going to eventually be like, oh, and it will be your Pokemon. One of those type of dudes. So yeah. By the way, I would imagine a Pokeball being thrown in your face would be very painful. Very, very painful. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of stupid that they actually have you chuck a ball at Pokemon in the anime. Like, don't you think that would kind of inflict minor pain, if not like major pain, depending on how hard you threw it? Like, let's take Pokemon Origins for example. I didn't actually watch it yet, so I really wouldn't want it spoiled, but I can't really control what people do, I suppose. But I do remember seeing this happy little screenshot of this one part of Pokemon Origins where he's in the Safari Zone, and he has in his hand bait, and then in the other hand he has a rock, and he's staring down at Chansey that's happily smiling at him, like he's considering actually using the rock. Like, seriously, you're gonna throw a rock at something that's smiling at you and not even doing anything to you? Are you serious? Like, you're really gonna do that? Yeah, in the video games it helped increase your odds of catching Pokemon, but at the same time also increase the odds of them running away. The same goes with the bait, of course, but it was just stupid. Like, you're gonna really throw a rock at a Pokemon, piss it off, and expect to just like have everything go your way. Like, that's not something you really want to be doing. But I don't know, like, I can just imagine it being one of the, like, well, maybe not one of the most painful things, but like, I could see it being kind of painful depending on how hard the Pokeball is actually thrown. But yeah. So obviously what we're getting ready for here is we're getting ready for the Elite Four. we kind of already have plans for this. I already know which people we're going to be facing in this episode. We're going to be doing 2 in this episode, 2 in the next, so this is going to be kind of a shorter episode because obviously we won't be able to have enough time for any more of the members of the Elite Four, partly because, you know, we had to battle Terrakion, and then we also battle at least 2 of the Elite Four members as well, so those are all things. And I think with the graphical glitch near that one pillar, it's like a long black line. I'm not entirely sure. Could be wrong. Anyways, in these rooms we have 4 different members of the Elite Four. This room, I don't remember this guy's name, but he is the fighting type specialist. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. This room, the name's on it, or I think it's like Catherine or something like that. I can't remember her actual name. But she's a psychic type user. This room belongs to Grimsley, who is the dark type specialist, and the last room is the one that we're actually going to be starting with. This is the room that belongs to Chantal, the ghost type specialist. Now obviously we have 2 things that are, well actually 3 things that are decent enough against ghost types. We have Whimsicott, we have Scrafty, and we have our own ghost type Chandelure. So the plan here is to kind of just go with Scrafty just because Moxie's a thing. I actually forgot what her first Pokemon was, so that was a boo-boo on my part. There's also another boo-boo that I make, though I'm not sure if it was this fight or if it was a different one. I think it was this one. And I didn't mean to actually do that because I forgot how some of the mechanics in this game actually were in regards to certain items when they're being used. So, yeah. So anyways, first member of the Elite Four, Chantal. Honestly, I guess if you were to base, you know, your favorite Elite Four members off of their looks, Chantal is probably one of my high-rated ones. I kind of have a thing for women with glasses, especially when they have a really nice figure as well. I mean, you can't really blame me for liking women with nice figures, okay? We all have our preferences, so, I mean, whatever. The burn here was kind of a pain in the ass. It kind of like really pissed me off, but I do know, like any other boss battle, she's going to use a full restore to get her Gothagrigus up to full health again, so we're going to use a full restore ourselves to get rid of that pesky burn that's cutting our attack in half. I really didn't care about the damage that I had taken from the burn. It was more just the fact that we had a burn that was cutting our attack in half. So honestly, I'm surprised she didn't use Will-O-Wisp ever again. She just kind of used it once and was like, oh no, I'm just whatever. I suppose this time around she tried to see if she could do more damage with Shadow Ball rather than getting the burn up. The burn would have been better, but of course, you know, full restores being a thing, I guess the AI just assumed that it was a, you know, bad idea to keep just going for Will-O-Wisp, because then it would just never do anything to me. So yeah, whatever. The thing about the first Pokemon here is the Mummy ability, which gets passed on to anything that makes physical contact. So Scrafty didn't get its Moxie here. Otherwise, I probably would have kept it in and kept going for Crunch, because I think a +1 Crunch would have still killed Golurk, which would have given me a +2. So yeah, but that's fine. Samurott's still good enough for this. I believe we still have Mystic. Oh no, we don't have Mystic Water on this. We have the EXP share at the moment, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I kind of had to yawn there. I didn't really get to yawn. I'm trying to actually keep commentary going. Anyways, it has the EXP share still, so I mean it's kind of whatever, but the Surf is more than enough to take care of it. And in comes Jellicent, which is this generation's, well, it's one of this generation's best OU Pokemon. No difference between gender really, other than the fact that they look different, of course. But yeah, they are very bulky Pokemon. On top of that, they can hit decently enough. Not to mention they have access to Recover, Toxic, and a whole bunch of other things. Jellicent was easily one of the best Pokemon in Generation 5. If I had started with any other starter other than Samurott, I would have probably considered actually having Jellicent as one of my team members. The problem with it is you can only get Jellicent by evolving Frillish in this game, and you need Surf in order to get it. So you already need a Water type to get it. So yeah. Anyways, Chantal's Ace, and I'm sure this was probably a given considering this generation, rather early Gen 5 like to use a lot of the newer Pokemon just to kind of be like, yeah, new Pokemon, new generation, you know, use these first, and then whenever we remake the games, we can have more accessible stuff. So her ace ended up being one of the best ghost type Pokemon in the entire game, which was Chandelure. It could have easily been Jellicent as well, just because Jellicent was really good. But yeah, so with that, Chantal goes down. I don't even know when we started this battle, though it took a lot longer than the second one, just because I actually had to full restore. There was the Terrakion fight as well, so I mean, like, I could be wrong about how long it actually took, so I don't know. Anyways, the second planned member of the Elite Four that we will be taking on is going to be Grimsley. Grimsley is a dark type specialist, as I said. I didn't see myself using an item that I really needed in the, you know, Chantal fight, so I'm pretty sure that my Boo Boo is in this fight. Grimsley's kind of a cool character. I kind of liked his design, though I think that his hair was a little weird. That I really care, of course. But yeah, so this fight, it went about as well as I thought it would. It would have gone a lot better if I had not messed up the item that I had used in this fight, because I would have it would have been done, like, completely. There's no questioning, it would have been done. There would have been nothing that Grimsley could have done from that point on. So he leads with a Scrafty, as do I. The irony is they're at the same level. Mine outspeeds, EV training all day. So, I mean, I just had Jump Kick it just to make sure that it dies. Now, this is, I think, where I made the boo-boo here. I went to go check to see if I had any items that I could use. I had an X-Attack. I accidentally clicked something. I don't know what the hell I used it on. And the reason why I did this is because of this. I kind of predicted the Fake Out to happen here. I was going to go for the attack increase on my Scrafty, and make it even more of a problem for him to deal with, but I ended up messing up the item. Didn't really matter, I was already still at a +1. I would go for the Brick Break for the accuracy, just to make sure I don't, like, accidentally miss, crash, and do a shit ton of damage to myself. I take it out, obviously gets the +2, that I should be at +3 at the moment, but I wasn't. Brick Break's more than enough for this, considering the Shark's 4 times weak to fighting, so that thing dies. I get a plus in attack again, because Dad Moxie. And then Crocodile, which I believe is his ace and final Pokemon, comes out. Yeah, this is his final Pokemon, because it was Scrafty and Lifer, then Bisharp and all this. Even with the Intimidate, I'm still at, I believe, +2, so more than enough to kill this thing and just get my Moxie back, because, you know, you can't take away Scrafty's Moxie. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of a thing. So that makes 2 Elite Four members down. I guess I should be starting this now. In the next episode, what we're going to be doing is taking on the remaining members of the Elite Four. We will also be most likely working our way towards the champion fight as well. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we still have to deal with before that, but, you know, whatever. So, anyways, if you haven't already, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.